Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Mars October Rant series. Today, I wanted to make a rant about protesting. I made a rant, before about complaining and how it doesn't do anything. And protesting is kind of the same thing, just on a larger scale. And I believe that protesting doesn't really do anything because, at the end of the day, things still remain the same. To quote George Carlin, he said, "The powerful keep the power. That's why they're called the powerful. I think he was also saying that, protesting makes powerful people feel useful and gives them the illusion that they're making a difference, but it doesn't work. Nothing changes. But, and this is a really interesting topic because right now we're going through this whole pro-Palestine protest and people protesting on college campuses about the, war with Israel and, Hamas and Palestine and all that debacle and stuff. And, I saw like how worthless and useless protesting was during the George Floyd riots, what happened to George Floyd. And, a lot of stuff got destroyed. A lot of people got hurt and nothing really changed, not many laws changed. The guy's dead. Nothing really changed. And, it was just a big fucking mess and it caused a lot of damage and it caused America a lot of money. And, even if they didn't destroy anything, the guy's dead. Like, well, what are you protesting? Like, it's not going to change anything. The best way to make a change in your country, your society or your town or your city is to get involved in politics, get involved in the community and try to make a difference. Voting is the best way. You want to get certain people in that can actually pass laws, But running around and screaming and making a bunch of noise, that's not going to change anything. Running around with a big black sign with white lettering and saying, this is not fair, fuck these people, we want things to change, because basically you're basically trying to bully someone into changing policies. If I'm mad and I have a sign and I'm yelling at people, I'm trying to, get people to listen to me and to change what they think because I'm upset about something. Me complaining and being upset and wanting change and telling someone to change something with a sign outside of a building, that's not going to change something. You have to take action, real action, to make things change. That's why holding a sign saying, we want there to be a ceasefire in the Middle East while in America, it's not going to do anything. And my dad told me that a lot of these colleges do give funding to Israel and stuff, like Harvard is a big donator. But, it's just like you're not going to talk these colleges into not supporting Israel or a ceasefire. Like you're not like a group of individuals is not going to, influence a very powerful entity. Israel is a very powerful entity. The Jewish people as a whole are a very powerful entity. It's not. People say it's anti-Semitic, but it's not. They own a lot of things. They control a lot of stuff. And it's just realistic, They work hard. They're very intelligent. They're good people. So you're not going to influence Americans by screaming on a college campus, wanting change, but not actually doing anything to make that change. You have to get involved in politics. You have to vote. You have to do things. And to a certain degree, there's nothing you can really do.
So that's pretty much all I have to say about this topic, about protesting. I really appreciate everyone who listened to this episode of the Mars October Rant series. And, I'll try to make more episodes later on. I really enjoy making these, because I've said this before. It gives me an opportunity to look back and see the progress of my opinion and see how I shift and grow and change as a person. So I really do appreciate you listening to this. It's been pretty much another short rant. I'm kind of making short rants now. I don't really have a lot to say. I don't want to make them too long because I feel like if you make them, really long, people aren't going to listen pretty much to like a 14-minute rant unless they really are interested in what you have to say. So I try to make them within 5 to 6 minutes now. I'm really trying to not make them too long, but sometimes it just comes out that way. and you can't really help how long they are. You know, it just depends on the rant. Some of them are really long, some of them aren't, but I try to make them within 5 to 6, 7 minutes tops. But you know, it depends on the topic. 'Cause sometimes I do have a lot to say, and I have a lot to get off my chest. So depends on the topic. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you for listening, and you know, just try to remember what I said about protests. Like, it's worthless. It doesn't mean anything. Doesn't do anything. You know, change doesn't come from crying on the sidewalk with a sign. Like, you know, like making things change by doing that doesn't really work. And it's just complaining on a bigger scale, and you get like a bunch of groups of people with signs complaining and you know, trying to bully people into changing things because you have a loud voice. You know, it doesn't really work. It doesn't do anything. If you look throughout history, if you do your fucking history and do your studying of history. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up now, like I said like 3 times already. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants. And I hope you have yourself a great night or a great day or a great afternoon or a great morning, whatever time you're listening to this. All right. Thank you so much.